Hi, so today I'm going to be reviewing Successful Drawing by Andrew Loomis. Hi, my name is Luis Escobar. I'm a storyboard artist on the Simpsons television show. I've been working on the show for over 25 years now, and I'm here to empower you. Andrew Loomis wrote a lot of books, so I'm going to be reviewing most of them. So here we have Successful Drawing by Andrew Loomis. This is the original version of the book. It says right here $4.95. This is one of the original copies of the book before it started getting reprinted. Now his books are public domain, but at the time that I got this book, it was extremely difficult to get. So I think, according to this receipt, I paid almost $300. I paid $300 for this thing. Was it worth it? You know what? Andrew Loomis is an amazing artist, and I absolutely love his books. And this book, you could buy this book today on Amazon. I'm looking at the price; it's about $27, and it's a reprint of the book. So this book here, it gives you the 5 P's and the 5 C's when it comes to drawing: proportion, placement, perspective, planes, and patterns. This is really great advice. Also, it has the 5 C's, which is concept, construction, contour, character, and consistency. And I love this. The concept is just a rough indication of your idea, an attempt to establish the form from life, from basic knowledge, and then the contours limiting space according to viewpoint. All of these things are broken down in this book, and there is a lot to read, and I believe that the information here is very informative. In fact, information is very informative, of course. The information in here is really good, especially this chapter on perspective for artists should know. I think perhaps one of the most thorough explanations of perspective when it comes to drawing for artists, to the point where it may be a little bit too technical, a little bit too much. However, it gives you a lot of really good tips. But to me, hands down, the best part of this perspective chapter is this hanging a person on the horizon line explanation that eventually shows up later on. So we've got this where you have characters going up and down in space, and then you've got this. So you notice that this person, all the characters are hanging their heads on the horizon line. It is so critical to know this. And I know that you can barely see what I'm talking about here because it's so dark, and but like I said, this chapter on perspective makes the book worth owning. The rest of the book, it does talk about shadow. It talks about the perspective of shadow. I mean, it's essentially mostly a perspective book. I don't know about the tonal chapters all that much. It talks about planes and adding planes to tones. I don't know how useful that is. Figures in light, and then we have a lot of Andrew Loomis drawings. So if you love Andrew Loomis drawings and you want to draw from Andrew Loomis and you want to copy Andrew Loomis drawings, then this is the book for you. But really, the book is mostly a perspective book. That's really what this book is about. Even in the back, it's just perspective. So it talks a lot about the perspective. That's it. So if you want the perspective Andrew Loomis book, Successful Drawing is the book for you. It helps with spatial relationships and things like that. I don't know if it was worth what I paid for it, But I do have a nice, you know, kind of first printing copy of it. If that's any consolation to myself. Sniff, sniff. Interesting, just a little interesting side note. This book, it says September 26, 1959. It was written, it was a gift to somebody. So, yeah, it's old. But you don't have to pay $300. You could pay the $27 to get the same information. So should you buy the book? You should buy the book if you're interested in everything you can get your hands on drawing well-constructed perspective drawings. That's what I would say. Otherwise, I think there are other Andrew Loomis books that are better. For example, Figure Drawing for All It's Worth, which I reviewed in a different video. I think that's a better book. But the Successful Drawing book does have a lot of perspective things that he really doesn't cover in any of the other books. So he covers it a little bit in Creative Illustration, but nowhere near as thorough as he does in Successful Drawing. If that's your thing, then add it to your library. Otherwise, you can probably move and only have, you know, Figure Drawing for All It's Worth and Creative Illustration are probably your best bet. I would like to thank my patrons, Aaron Garcia, Ahobo Anastasia, Bill Fisher, Bill Munier, Binny, Brooke Brown, Chanel Winya, Eric Presteman, Eric Salham, Gallo Viking, George Crawford, Heather Hyla Lacefield, Ingrid Hayek, Kent Dirks, Crunch, Lynn, Madeline Dupreez, Mary Tarosi, Michael Rasmussen, Paul Nass, Rain, Richard Anthony, Shopping for Noobs, Sterling A. Brooks, Steve Howard, Steve R., Tamara M. Cotton, Tim Bazarath, Ulf Meyer. Thank you so much for your support. I really, really appreciate it. And I will see you next time. All right, bye.